Hello everybody, my name is Trevor Stefanski, and today I'm going to talk about my 10-year plan. So, I'd like to live in a medium-sized home, maybe about 2 stories, just because I feel like having a huge house would be a waste of space. I'd like it to be located somewhere kind of nice, either just beautiful or out kind of by nature. So in places maybe like Geneva, Switzerland, down around the bottom, or maybe somewhere in like Galway, Ireland, just because it's really nice there. My dream jobs in life would actually be an astronaut, just because I've always been interested in space, and like the stars and being able to like travel there would just interest me. Besides for that though, I'd also want to be either an orthopedic surgeon or do something in engineering. I'd say orthopedic surgeon just because I've really liked learning about how life works and anatomy and stuff like that. Plus I've grown up with medicine, having a retired nurse as a mom. And with engineering, my dad's an electrical engineer, so I've kind of gotten that just from him. And then I'm also really good with math, but with it I'd want to do either aerospace, chemical, or nuclear engineering. Aerospace, obviously, because I get to, work on spacecraft. But chemical or nuclear engineering, I'd really like just because, it works with things like radioactivity and chemical reactions, and I just really like learning about those and the things that they can do. The lifestyle, I'd like to kind of live a simple life, just because I don't really see a need for having to show off things like wealth or power. Along with living a simple life, I'd also really like to travel. I haven't gotten to travel a lot, but I have gotten to travel to Ireland, and I loved it. So I'd love being able to go out and travel across, Europe or Asia or something. Accomplishments I plan on having, it actually kind of depends on what I decide as a job. If I decide as an astronaut or an engineer, I'd focus more on math and maybe aim for a master's degree. And in 10 years, I'd like to have the degree and then a nice job, to go along with it. But if I decide to do orthopedic surgery, it'd take a little bit longer, and I'd probably actually still be in school, just because I'd have to stay longer for a doctorate degree and then work out with hospitals on just working there and then actually becoming an orthopedic surgeon. For family, I'd really like to be married, and with being married, I'd like to have 2 kids, a son and a daughter, just because I feel like it just kind of feels right, and that's also something of like a tradition on my dad's side, my bad. But it's just like everyone has had a son and a daughter, and along with that, I'd also like to have a dog like a husky, just because they're big and fluffy, and I can sit there and tackle them and wrestle with them. And really, priority items in 10 years, I don't really have a lot. I just don't really see a need for them. Some things I would like, though, would be a pool with the house that I mentioned earlier, just because I really like swimming, and who doesn't like a pool? And along with that, a 1972 Gran Torino. It's kind of like my grandfather's dream car. He's always wanted one, and I just feel like having it would be really nice, just because it is a really nice car. And then it'd also be kind of like having something to remind me of him, which would be really important to me. But that's my 10-year plan. Thank you for listening.